Hey bird watchers, in this demo we'll use Adobe Workfront as our control center to orchestrate content from AEM into Phrase and then back while syncing data across all three systems. When using highly customizable systems like Workfront, where portfolios, programs, projects, forms, and tasks can take on their own structure, you need an integration layer that is malleable enough to give you granular controls. Blackbird provides just that kind of flexibility. In our project here, we have a set of tasks that need to be completed. Blackbird will help automate most of them, updating the progress as our bird flies. In our project details, we have a lot of information that Blackbird can extract and update as well. We'll focus in on two forms for the purpose of this demo. The first one will be taking information from the localization brief form so we can create our project in Phrase. The second is the translation tracking form, which we will sync and update as our bird flies through the automated process. Since our localization brief is ready, we can mark the task as completed, and that will trigger in Blackbird to begin the workflow. And our bird is already flying, getting the task and project information such as source and target languages. Blackbird utilities, they'll convert the languages from the Workfront form so Phrase can accept them. We'll also format the due date with a utility, get the asset path from Workfront, download it from AEM, create a project in Phrase, and upload that source file from AEM. We'll update our tasks in Workfront, and then we'll use a checkpoint to wait for the project to be completed in Phrase. Now, let's take a look at what this orchestrated workflow just did. It set our Create Translation project status as completed and updated the translation step to in progress. It created the project in Phrase with the specs from our Workfront form. It uploaded the file, pre-translated it, and added in machine translation from Phrase Language AI. The translation now is ready for human review. If you looked at our bird, it used a standard create project step with a simple Phrase workflow, but you can configure any Phrase workflows that you want, or even use a Phrase project template instead. Here, we'll pretend like I can speak German and confirm the content to be ready for delivery back to AEM. We'll mark this job as completed, which will be the trigger for our checkpoint in Blackbird. Our checkpoint has executed, so we'll create a timestamp to send to Workfront as the translation delivery time. We update our Workfront tasks, download the translated file from Phrase, upload it into AEM, get the delivery path and update that in Workfront, update our final tasks, and celebrate as our bird completes its glorious flight. In Workfront, our translation tracking fields have been updated, as did all of our tasks. In AEM, our German translation has been added right here and flowed back into the layout pretty nicely. And there you have it, automation and data synchronization across Adobe Workfront, AEM, and Phrase. If you want to stick around for a little bit more, you can see a more technical breakdown of how this bird was put together. Blackbird has many out-of-the-box workflows by using our blueprints, but for a more intertwined systems orchestration like this, a little additional solutions architecting is needed to get it going. So let's break it down to show you how these Lego pieces fit together. Our event trigger is when a task is completed in Workfront. We get the full task information and project information to use that throughout the workflow. Since we only want to run this full workflow when the submit localization brief task is completed, we use a condition to filter out the other tasks. This allows you to be flexible in Workfront while targeting just the task you want to kick things off. Next, we pull the source and target languages from our form in Workfront, and then use a library and convert operator to, pun intended, translate the language names from Workfront into the corresponding Phrase language codes. We extract more metadata from Workfront, including the due date, then use another utility to convert this text into a date format that Phrase can ingest. Next, we pull the AEM asset path from Workfront and send that to AEM to download the content we want. This could be easily set up to also handle multiple content paths for the same request if needed. In our Phrase create project step, you can see where we dynamically pull that data from Workfront to name the project, as well as our utility steps to set the languages and due dates. We then get the project ID from Phrase to send that back to our TMS ID field in the form we created in Workfront. We upload the file into Phrase. Then we loop through our project tasks and use a condition to update just the ones we want to. Our checkpoint is the human in the loop step that pauses the workflow until the project status changes to completed inside a phrase. We are using Blackbird utilities to pull a timestamp and format it so we can feed that back into our translation tracking form inside of Workfront. Using another condition, I can set one task as complete, another as in progress, and ignore any other task on the project. We'll search the available files, those are called jobs, in phrase. Pull the AEM destination path from Workfront. Deliver the files to AEM using that path from Workfront. And close things out by updating the last few tasks. And there you have it, a technical peek behind the curtain on how we can have a customized integration with Workfront, AEM, and Phrase without needing to write a single line of code.